it's time I talk about my 2024 goals because my headspace has definitely changed after visiting Mexico City. So let's get into it. First of all, let's get a little closer. I want to share with you guys that my salary went up to 81,000 gross salary. With that, I looked at my pay stubs and year to date it's like 70,000, and I'm like, I could live off of this amount if my job allowed it. I could take off the rest of the year, but it doesn't. I work in government, and I think for my goals for 2024, it's very straightforward and simple. I'm going to lower my contributions by a lot. My goal for 2024 is just to invest $1,500 a month, whether that investment go into Roth or my 457B or my brokerage. It doesn't really matter to me as long as the total hits at least $1,500 a month. So with that being said, I'm currently putting away 22% of my pre-tax into my 457B. I'm gonna lower it down to 10%. It hurts. It hurts to say it, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. So far this year, let's take a look how we're doing this year with all our investments. So pension, $5,728.63 has gone into my pension. For 57B, it's $16,581.61. The past 2 years, I've done 19,000 each year. Just this year to date, is at around $16,581. I was already kind of scaling back down a little bit. For my Roth IRA, I put in $6,500, but much of that I just transferred in from my brokerage, so I wasn't like actively putting money in. It was just a transfer. I don't think I will be doing that for 2024 because it didn't work out for me. I didn't kind of replenish my brokerage after I did that. I focused on other things, and I don't think that's a good thing to do. Bonds, I put in $400 so far, but I'm quitting government bonds just because I want more cash on hand to save for travel. And at brokerage, it's at a negative $4,230 because of that transfer I did into the Roth. Overall, though, my savings rate has been 33% throughout the year. I do count my pension as part of my savings rate in this chart because if I work until 49, I'll have all my medical premiums covered through the pension system, and I'll have about 21,000, 22,000 a year coming in from the pension. So to me, that says that all I need to save for is $20,000 extra or invest into, so I could get another $20,000. So in total, I can live off of $40,000 a year starting at age 49. And I doubt I'd stop working at that age, but at least I wouldn't have to show up at a government job Monday through Friday. We do get a lot of vacation time, so I'm very thankful for that. But it's just not as flexible as having like a part-time job or something like that, where I could just take off for 3 months. I'm at peace with my job right now. There's a really tough COVID years, and after COVID, somehow it got worse. I don't know why. I made a really nice chart where it adjusts. I have everything. So I have the year, my age, estimated income, and what I need to do to invest 25% of my own money. I've only been counting the Roth and the 457B in this particular chart, a little different than my other one, but with so many expenses that I have. So I did end up traveling to Mexico City, and me and my boyfriend, we really loved it. He described it as a mixture of like LA, New York, and Tijuana, and I think he hit it on the head. It was amazing. On my TikTok, I have a story. Right now, my Instagram is deactivated because sometimes I just need a break from Instagram. I don't know why. It's just different. I don't uh stay like hours on TikTok. I see like one or two really fast videos and then I can click off the app. And I know that's not the case for a lot of people, but with Instagram, it's just a whole different story. But if you guys go on my TikTok, I think it's Minimal Miss. I have a story on there of my trip to Mexico with a bunch of pictures. It was so fun. It made me realize how fortunate, first of all, how fortunate I am to be working and earning in US dollars. Second of all, how boring, how boring even LA is, like no color at all. Now in Mexico City, there is, you know, you have your really rich people, and then in Mexico, you tend to see people that are impoverished, but at the same time, they're trying to sell like candies and mazapan, and I used to sell mazapan to in school to save up for shoes, and it was a little sad. I'm not gonna be honest. I mean I am gonna be honest. Was that my subconscious? Not just kidding. I'm gonna be honest. It was a little sad seeing like people always needing to hustle, but people are still coming up to you and asking for money or selling things. And for me, it did take a little bit of a toll because I'm the one that's a little bit more savvy towards the culture. And that was probably the worst, not the worst part, but it's like the downside. But I feel like with any major city, you're gonna have that where there's some people that are living in a really low income and others are really high income is kind of inevitable when it comes to a city. And then another con was, of course, the pollution. But then I looked up on IQ Air, and LA and the city that I live in, sometimes it's worse than it is in Mexico City. So I'm like, okay, X out. So anyway, Mexico City was so colorful, so beautiful, so much culture, such good vegan food. And then I come back and so boring over here. So boring. But at the same time, it's comfortable. My water is always scalding hot for my shower, so that's great. And again, I have the privilege of earning in US dollars, so I can save those and maybe possibly living a few years over there. I don't know. With that being said, it kind of opened my mind and made me realize that I don't need to save as much or invest as much as I thought I did to be able to retire at 49. And I'm not stuck, but I'm okay with working until 49 because that means I have a lot of cash that I can save up to take trips like I just did. And I have money to help out family if I ever need to. I think for 2024, my monthly goal to set aside is $1,500. Even though my little chart says I should invest $1,717. Mm, I don't know what to do. The good thing is we still have November and December to figure this out. So what do you guys think? Should I take into account my pension when it comes to my investing 25%? The money guy says I can. I have so many other goals to travel a little bit more, spend time with family, and I don't know what to do. Maybe take off like 1 or 2 years with this. Even without counting my pension, I'd still be putting away $17,000 in 2024. Probably $18,000 with the brokerage because I don't even have my brokerage account on here. Oh, I don't know. Let's see.